Hello dear students, I am Professor Priya Kulkarni from Civil Engineering Department of Parvati Bai Genba, Mose College of Engineering, Wagholi, Pune, and here we will start our Unit 1 of our subject Hydrology and Water Resource Engineering, and Unit 1 is Hydrology and Hydrologic Cycle. Okay. So basically what does the hydrology word means? Hydro means water and logos, logy means science. Okay, so it is a science of water, the subject here we are studying. So it is defined as a science which deals with the properties, distribution and circulation of water from surface of land, in soil, in underlying rocks, and also in the atmosphere, mainly in the form of moisture or vapor, or in all the forms of water droplets during rainfall, or in solid form of snow particles during snowfall. So what this basically means, we are studying the science of water. Whether science of water means what? Science of it is also in the form of rainfall. Okay, so in on the surface of earth or land, in the soil, underlying the rocks. Okay, तो सॉइल के ऊपर, सॉइल के अंदर, एंड रॉक्स के भी अंदर, अंडरलाइंग जो रॉक्स वहाँ से जो भी वाटर का फ्लो होता है वो, and also in the atmosphere. So atmosphere means what? It is in the form of evaporation, evapotranspiration, like in the form of vapors or in the form of snow. So where the snowfall is there, in the underneath the earth, that snow gets melted out and it will flow. Okay, so that science is also we are dealing with the in the subject, that is hydrology. Okay, so we have the different units related to this uh, distribution, circulation and forms of water. Okay, forms of rainwater or forms of snowfall, so that we'll use and we'll study our subject. So what are the sources of water in the earth? Okay, so from ocean, we in the ocean we have 97.25% of water. Okay, in ice caps on glaciers it is 2%. Groundwater it contains 0.68%. In the lakes it is 0.01. Soil moisture. Okay, soil moisture means what? It water contained in the moisture, that is 0.005%. In the atmosphere, in the form of vapors or in the form of humidity, it is 0.001%, and in streams and rivers it is 0.001%. So it is the uh, water that is available in different forms and in different uh, uh, natures. Okay, then application of hydrology. Hydrology is applied to major civil engineering projects such as irrigation schemes, dams and hydroelectric power projects, water supply projects. So that we are dealing with this. So why also I'm telling you, after this subject hydrology and water resource engineering, when you go for your uh, final year, we have a subject called dams and hydraulic structures. So if we have this hydrology concept or hydrology term very, so we have a subject like called dams and hydraulic structures. So if we have the clear concept of this hydrology subject, then we'll do better in there. Okay, then moving towards the next point, that is scope of hydrology. Scope means again it is the practical use and applications of hydrology. So the hydrology is useful in many fields such as water supply, irrigation, flood control, hydropower generation, surface erosion and sediment transport deposition, wastewater disposal, drainage development, inland navigation. Okay, so it is the main or key subject in our civil engineering. Okay, also it gives us the idea to uh, expect the rainfall occurring, or to maximum intensity of storm and its frequency for design of drainage project. Okay. Then what are the government organization that control this our overall distribution of water to the public? Okay, so IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, is one, and this is very widely spread across all over India. So whatever the news you are uh, watching every day, that is this much is the expected rainfall, and like that news, that every that point comes from the Indian Meteorological Department. Then next one is Central Water Power Research Station, CWPRS. It is there in the Pune also. When we go to the Khadakwasla Dam, okay, towards the Sinhagad Road, this CWPRS, it has this office is there, okay. Then Maharashtra Engineering Research Institute, MERI. It is this MERI, Mary, is related with the analysis of the water reservoir content or reservoir capacity, and if there is excessive rainfall and the reservoir acquires its full depth, then the the water can be passed through the canal and it will be distributed towards the other dams, or it will get bypassed through the another canals or channels. Okay, so that work in the Maharashtra is done by the Maharashtra Engineering Research Institute. Then Climate Data Online, CDO, it works in the central level also. Hydrology Project Division, National Institute of Hydrology, NIH, and Central Water Commission, CWC. So these are the state level and national level organization. Those work with the water resource engineering. So in also we have water resource WRD, water resource department, that comes under the MERI. Okay, Mary. So those institutes and those organizations work through all the possibilities, and they will analyze the flooding, and they will distribute or they will regulate the water supply towards all the cities and towns and villages. Okay, then we'll actually start our unit 1, that is hydrology and hydrology cycle. So hydrologic cycle, okay, from the school itself we are in touch with this hydrological cycle. Okay, the cyclic movement of water from the surface of the earth to the air, and from air to again surface of the earth, is called hydrological cycle. So you can see here, whatever there is a cyclic movement, okay, it will cover 1 minute, it will complete its cycle, okay. So from movement of water from surface of this is air, and this is surface of earth. Okay, so the movement of water from earth surface to air, okay, and then from air to earth surface, is known as the hydrological cycle. Now how the water gets transferred from surface of earth to air and again from air to earth? So it is in the form of evaporation, infiltration, evapotranspiration. This evapotranspiration is done by the plants and trees. Okay, infiltration means what? It is the percolation of water to the soil or rocks underneath. Then evaporation is the vaporization of the water from ocean, seas, lake. Okay, so this completes one cycle, and that is known as hydrological cycle. Then components of hydrological cycle: precipitation. So just remember, or just be focused on these different components, because this can be asked you in the MCQ exam. The exam is done by online mode. Precipitation includes rain, snow, other forms of water falling from atmosphere into the land and oceans. So it basically is the rainfall, snowfall, or other form of water falling from the atmosphere into land and oceans. Okay. Then evaporation म्हणजे त्याचं वेपरायझेशन होणे, बाष्पीभवन. ओके. The physical process by which water is vaporized into atmosphere from free water surface and land areas. Then again, transpiration. So transpiration is done by the plant, trees. Okay. So water from soil is absorbed and eventually discharged into atmosphere through the little pores in the leaves is called stomata. Okay. Then evapotranspiration. So evaporation and transpiration is known as evapotranspiration. So it is a combined process by which water is transferred from the atmosphere to open water surfaces and vegetation. So this vaporization is done by the water surfaces and vegetation. Infiltration. So it is the infiltration is the movement of water from land surface to the upper layers of soil. So जो काही सॉइलचा अप्पर लेअर असतो त्याच्यामध्ये जे वॉटर असतो दॅट इज इन्फिल्ट्रेटेड वॉटर. अगेन percolation is the movement of water through the subsurface down टू वॉटर टेबल. ओके. दोन इन्फिल्ट्रेशन आणि पर्कोलेशनमध्ये फरक आहे. इन्फिल्ट्रेशन फक्त अप्पर लेयर्सवरती राहील आणि पर्कोलेशन म्हणजे जे वॉटर आहे ते त्याच्या सबसर्फेसमधून वॉटर टेबल आहे जमिनीमधला तिथे जाऊन मिळेल. सो दॅट इज पर्क्युलेटेड वॉटर. देन ओव्हरलँड फ्लो. द पोर्शन ऑफ रन ऑफ म्हणजे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे रन ऑफ म्हणजे जो काही रेनफॉल झाला आहे त्याचा इव्हॅपोट्रान्सपिरेशन काही हे जे काही लॉसेस असतात ते होऊन जो काही रेनफॉल आहे तो अर्थच्या बेनीत जो ट्रॅव्हल करतो जो वॉटर टेबलला जाऊन मिळतो ग्राउंड वॉटर टेबलला दॅट इज रन ऑफ. ओके. नाउ व्हॉट इज ओव्हरलँड फ्लो? द पोर्शन ऑफ रन ऑफ दॅट ट्रॅव्हल्स ओव्हर द सर्फेस ऑफ ग्राउंड टू रीच अ स्ट्रीम चॅनल. So surface runoff means what? It includes overland flow as well as precipitation falling directly into stream channels. So these are the components of hydrologic cycle. Again, what are the forms of precipitation? आपल्याकडे एकसारखा पाऊस होत नाही. कुठल्या भागात एकदम मुसळधार पाऊस होतो आणि जिथे काही हिल्स वगैरे आहे तिथे एक असा शॉवरसारखा ड्रिझल फॉर्ममध्ये रेनफॉल होतो. सो जो काही पॅटर्न आहे किंवा फॉर्म आहे प्रेसिपिटेशनचा दॅट विल सी हिअर. सो फर्स्ट वन इज ड्रिझल. Drizzle, it is light steady rain in fine drops 0.5 mm and intensity is less than 1 mm per hour. Okay, it is having very less intensity 1 mm per hour. Okay, you can imagine. So it is a light but steady rain in fine drops. Then rain, it is a condensed water vapor of the atmosphere falling in drops of greater than 0.5 mm and maximum size up to 6 mm from the clouds. Then glaze, the freezing of a drizzle or rain when they come in contact with cold objects. तो म्हणजे हा एक स्नोफॉलचा टाईप आहे स्नोचा जो काही whatever is the rain, drizzle or rain, they come in contact with a cool object, then that gets some sort of freezing. So that is known as glaze. And sleet, frozen raindrop while falling through air at sub-freezing temperature. हे जे काही आहेत ग्लेज, स्लीट, स्नो आणि हेल, these are the types of snowfall. Okay, these are the different sizes and different intensity. So sleet is a frozen drop. Snow is the ice crystal resulting from sublimation. Sublimation is the water vapor condenses to the ice. Then hail, HAIL, the small lump of ice is greater than 5 mm in diameter and formed by alternate freezing and melting when they are carried up and down in highly turbulent air currents. So whenever there is a alternate or continuous freezing and melting. So in this process these uh, lumps or water drops are carried up and down by a turbulent air. Okay, so that is known as hail. It is having greater than 5 mm diameter. So these are the forms of precipitation. And again dew आपण म्हणतो आपलं दव बिंदू. Okay, so the moisture condensed in the atmosphere in small drops upon cool surfaces. Frost, it is a feathery deposit of ice formed on the ground or on surface of exposed object by dew. Then fog is a thin cloud of varying size formed at the surface of earth by condensation of atmospheric vapor. So fog will see in winters. So whatever is the moisture there present in the atmosphere, that get some sort of freezing, that is known as fog. And mist, it is a very thin fog. Okay, so these are the types of fog or uh, forms of precipitation. Then we'll study the different types of precipitation. So आपल्याकडे डोंगराळ भाग आहे, सपाट जमीन आहे. तो अशा भागामध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचं प्रेसिपिटेशन होतं आणि त्याची कारणंही वेगवेगळी आहेत. सो दॅट विल स्टडी हिअर द टाइप्स ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन. फर्स्ट वन इज कन्वेक्शनल प्रेसिपिटेशन. Convectional, so it results from a heating of the earth's surface, and due to this warm air rises rapidly into atmosphere. As the air rises it cools. Okay, because in the uppermost part, beneath the cloud, the air is cooler. So whatever is the warm air, it gets cooled over there in the above, beneath the clouds. The water vapor in the air condenses into cloud and it precipitates. Okay, so this is the convectional precipitation, जी की आपल्याकडे होते where the land is near to a level. Okay, so there it has convectional precipitation. Then moving towards the orographic precipitation. Orographic precipitation is formed in mountains. Okay, so where there are mountains, the precipitation is orographic. So what is the basic logic behind this orographic precipitation? It results when warm moist air moving across the ocean is forced to rise by large mountains. So you can see here whatever is air moving from this part. Okay, because of the territory and because of the mountains, it is forced to move upward. Okay, forced to move upward, and as it cools, so here it gets cooled down. So as it cools, water vapor in the air condenses and water droplets form. The precipitations occurs on the windward side of mountain. Okay, so now air is now dry and rises over the top of the mountain. The As the air moves back down the mountain, it collects moisture from the ground via evaporation. Now you can see here, this is the windward side and this is the leeward side. Okay, so where the winds are moving, it gets cooled down, and the precipitation occurs on the windward side. Okay, the precipitation occurs on this side only, and whatever is the air that moves back down the mountain, it collects moisture the ground via evaporation. So this is the basic phenomenon of orographic precipitation. Then next one is cyclonic precipitation. So cyclone, you have heard in every starting period of the monsoon, there are different types of cyclone. Okay, now this year we have Tokte cyclone. Okay, so that is very disastrable in the northeast south side of our India. Okay, so cyclonic precipitation is caused by lifting of an air mass because of the pressure difference. Okay, if low pressure occurs at an area, air will flow horizontally from the surrounding area and causing the air at a low pressure area to lift. So what is the phenomenon of cyclonic precipitation? So this cyclone, because of this mountain, cyclone gets obstructed. Okay, so where this cyclone gets obstructed, cyclone means what? It is the air. Okay, it is a turbulent air moving from moving very rapidly and with a very speed, causing disasters because of the moving air. So when it obstruct or when it struck to the mountain, the air gets cooled and it gets condensed in the water vapor and precipitation occurs over this side. Okay, so this is known as cyclonic precipitation. Now how to measure the rainfall, and how to calculate the expected rainfall in every year, that we'll see in the next lecture. And this we have covered the basic part or introductory part of our hydrology subject. Okay, so just write your attendance in the comment box and we'll see in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.